Hello, this is Stephen and Amy Story. We're with United Games Marketing and welcoming you to this pre-recorded conference call webinar. Good to have you here. Hope you're going to be able to enjoy the slide presentation. We are very excited about the tsunami that is taking place here. Literally, United Games is already going viral with this affiliate network that is forming. So get excited, get ready, buckle your seatbelts. We're just about ready to take off with this and go forward. So let's get on our way here. We are literally a part of this mobile phone movement that is taking over the whole world. Literally, mobile phones are about 3.9 years of the average person's life. This number is increasing. We spend so much of our time working with our cell phones. And on those cell phones, we spend about 17 different times a day checking our social media accounts. That's here in the U.S. anyway. But when you go to Thailand or Argentina, Malaysia, Qatar, Mexico, and South Africa, people there are checking their sites about 40 times a day. Literally a social networking phenomena all around the world. Everybody checks in with their cell phones. They carry their cell phones. They go to bed by their cell phones. They go to work by their cell phones. They schedule the days by their cell phones. They get educated by their cell phones. And they play games on their cell phones. In fact, they spend 8 to 16 hours a day on their cell phones playing games for those who are in the gaming world. Now, United Games wants to take advantage of this cell phone phenomena, this app downloading phenomena. Let's go to the next slide here. The app world is huge. There's an app for this and an app for that. There's tons of apps. 100 billion apps were downloaded in 2015 for $145 billion revenue that year. The projected growth, however, is much larger. It's 268 billion apps that will be downloaded by 2017 for a $200 billion revenue by 2020. Apps are the way the world is getting educated now. That's the way they're spending their time. It's the way they're using their time most conveniently. How many people check their emails as often as they do texts now? Well, apps are taking the place the same way of many other forms of entertainment and education. We're doing it through apps. Downloads of apps. United Games is already in the act of producing an app that is going to absolutely change the entire sports gaming industry. Let's take a look at mobile games for a minute, the way they're trending. Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, Game of War, Mobile Strike. These are war games that are used by about 4.5% to 5% of the market right now in the U.S. Now, that's daily revenue you're looking at there. Clash Royale, $1.5 million a day, 121,000 app installs a day. This is incredible, absolutely incredible. Look at Candy Crush. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this. Candy Crush is one of the biggest things going right now. They spend $5 million a month just to start off their advertising campaigns in order to become what they are. And it works very well. Their first year, they did $1 billion in revenue. This is Candy Crush. It's simple games. It's silly games. There's nothing depth and deep about it. It's just silly stuff. Current revenue, $250 million $500 million per quarter. That's $2 billion a year. That's 96% of the players are playing free. They play for free. And so how do you suppose we're gathering this type of revenue? Why are we raking in $2 billion a year with Candy Crush if 96% of their players are playing for free? Nearly $1 million a day from freemium play. Freemium, that's the new word here we want to be taking advantage of. Freemium play means they are watching ads for free. They watch the ad, and the Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies pay Candy Crush to have their customers, their clients, their game players watch their ads. That's incredible. It's a model that's proven. It's making billions a year, millions a day, and that's the same model, kind of a model we're going to use in United Games. The fantasy world, let's take a look at this. It's huge. 56.8 million people play in the U.S. and Canada, up to 5.2 million from the previous year. 60% pay to play, up 9% from the previous year. And the average annual spending nearly doubled from the previous year. That's $465 per player annually. That's incredible. These people are paying to play games. How many years ago was it? Not very many at all, where we wouldn't have paid to play anything. But now they're paying. They're paying in tokens. They're paying 99 cents at a time, $1.50 at a time. Chink, 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 chink. There's millions and millions of players popping a token, one token at a time. And you, in the United Games, with this new app being built for live sports participation, are going to make money from that model. Every single time a token is used, you're going to make money on it. All right, look at the rapid success of fantasy here with DraftKings and FanDuel. $1.2 billion a year in revenue for FanDuel. DraftKings generated that. Both show a net worth of over $1 billion in 3 years. Who's playing fantasy? Nearly 20% of all Americans. 60% males, 34% female, 37-year-olds average age. The 70% have college degrees and 47% have household incomes of $75,000 plus. These are not just kids playing these games. These are people of all different ages, all walks of life playing the games. The average time they spend consuming fantasy sports per week is over 8.5 hours. Can you believe it? Over 8.5 hours each week. Now take a look. Here's nearly 20% of Americans play fantasy sports. That's 20%. That's a really great crowd. Anybody would love to have a part of that. And there's billions being made through fantasy sports. But look at the live sports fan world. There's 90% of the population are sports fans of one type or another. So what is fantasy missing? And why is it declining? The real numbers are in live sports fans. 20% may be fantasy, but if you can get 90% or better of the market in live sports, oh my gosh. 290 million Americans watch sports. 72% are between 18 and 29 years old. 64% are 30 to 49-year-olds. 58% are over 50 years old. This is incredible. These are worldwide fans. Look at the numbers here. There's 5 billion soccer fans, 2.5 billion cricket fans, 1.2 billion table tennis fans, 100 million, or over hundreds of million, hockey fans. This is a fairly global sport with ice hockey. There's 100 million NASCAR, about 100 million in NFL football, and 17 million U.S. NBA basketball fans per game. The average time spent consuming sports here, almost 18 hours a week, more than double what it is in fantasy or in other types of gaming. Fans spend over $1 trillion a year in sports. United Games is literally an emerging giant, a multi-billion-dollar company with less than 2% paying customers. That is the goal. We want to be a multi-billion-dollar company in the first year with less than 2% paying customers, using the same model that's been used in Candy Crush, Angry Birds, and others that we've been talking about. You know, Angry Birds did $3.4 billion in this last year. They're making movies of it now. You take a slingshot, you fire a bird off, and you hit a building and knock it down. A pig throws a bird against the wall and it splats. This is silly stuff. It's stupid stuff in the brain. And look the kind of money it's making. Average customer retention, 9.7 years in the gaming world. Customer players share with 7 other customers. That's the average. A person downloads an app, they love the app, they share it with an average of 7 people. Affiliates can generate commissions from United Games that share 43% of everything those customers spend in tokens. Every time a token is downloaded or given to that customer because they watched an ad, every time they purchase one for $1, $1.50, you make a piece of every single token from every single customer every single player in your organization as an affiliate, both by affiliates or as customers. And you can have both. You can sign up affiliates, and then they find people that want to play the game. They share the free app. That's all you got to do. You share and play a free app. And as customers buy tokens or earn tokens with freemium play, you make money from every single tokens made. This is ching, 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 all around the world. You get a customer in, let's say you get a customer in Louisiana. That customer shares with someone they know in New York. That customer shares with customers they know in France or in England. Anywhere in the world, it doesn't matter. Your network of customers and affiliates can be all around the globe. And before you know it, you've got masses of money coming in because those customers keep sharing an average of 7 times per customer, per person downloading an app. Look at the numbers, do the math. It's not a difficult time to understand, a difficult thing to understand how much money could be made in this as it continues to spread and grow in a viral fashion. We plan on capturing a majority of the market. Now, how are we going to do that? Because we have 5 times bigger market than fantasy sports does. They're 20%, we're over 90%. We're talking about all the reasons why people don't play fantasy. We want to take them all out. We want to compensate for everything. Give people compelling reasons to play live interaction with their favorite teams and players. This is simply a better way to play. They're going to have more fun. They're going to have a greater social experience. They're not going to be all wrapped up in statistics and spreadsheets. They're going to enjoy it with their friends, with their pals, with their families, with their coworkers. We're doing this with a unique game in a mobile app space, and it's going to be extremely enormous. Quite frankly, it's already going viral, just in its pre-launch stages for the affiliate network. We're going to capitalize on a much bigger global market as well. We're not going to do just U.S. football and basketball. We're also going to do soccer, rugby, cricket. Realize, soccer, there were 3.5 billion fans that watched the World Cup. Rugby, cricket, look, cricket is the second largest sport in the world. It has 2.5 billion fans. Would you believe it that table tennis has about a billion and a half fans? Who would know it? You're watching a ball in ping pong, literally, bouncing back and forth so fast you can hardly see it. 1.5 billion people, fans watching that little ball race back and forth across a little table tennis in the middle of a floor. NASCAR average attendance was 98 million. NBA averaged 17,000 per game. The Olympics, track and field, Formula One, global sports with massive appeal. There are going to be up to 43 different types of sports that people can participate in real time, live, with the games they love, the teams they love, and the players and heroes they love. We're going to take sports back from the gamblers. There's about $800 billion a year spent in gambling with fantasy sports. We want to take that back. We want to take a majority of the market back. We want to make sure people can learn to have an experience with playing games that isn't going to have 90 or 95% of them losing. We want to make sure everybody can win. We want to make sure there's no gambling. We want to make sure that we provide an experience that is fun and social, that is family-oriented, so you can have your kids play the game and not have to be embarrassed about what kind of ads they're watching or embarrassed about anything else being taught in the gaming world. We want to make sure it's something a family can get together with so their kids can have an opportunity, an alternative, let's say, to get out of the virtual world where they play by themselves or with people across the world only and get back involved with real, live, breathing, talking people. Having a great time, excitement, and a lot of fun. Now, let's see how this thing works. You're going to have a free app. You share a free app. How hard can that be? You share a free app and you play a game. You can play it for free, or you can purchase tokens, or you can use freemium game models and watch an ad for 15 seconds to earn 1 token, up to 5 tokens a day. The rewards players, this game is going to reward players for achievements. So they reach certain benchmarks, certain accumulation of points, and they make rewards. Maybe they're going to win a hat, they win a t-shirt, they win a pair of shoes. They might win some other, a ball or something like that. But they can also accumulate points and rankings on city, state, and national levels to have much larger prizes than that. Perhaps iPhones, iPads, or a car. So we're going to reward our players for being loyal to the game. We're also going to give them a very mature framework for league managers, sports, promoters, and players. We're going to make this game so beautiful, so attractive, that it's going to attract major athletes and athletic professionals. They have fan bases, 100,000, 250,000, a million, 2 million sometimes, depending on who they are, how big their names have become. These athletes are going to be able to draw their fans, literally their fans, to come and play with them. They send out a Facebook post or a tweet, and they invite their fans. Say they've got 250,000 fans, and they say, come and play with me at a certain time at this game. And say 10%, that's 25,000 people. Just 10% of them come and play. That's 25,000 fans playing all at one time. Well, what if those 25,000 fans now share a post? Say one of them gets a post from their favorite hero athlete, and he says, hey, what a great call you made. That you got the answer just exactly right. Well, doggone, that's their athlete, their hero, communicating with them personally on Facebook or tweeting with them, and they're going to take that screenshot, they're going to post it around, they're going to tell every friend they've got, look who's talking with me personally, my hero. That thing's going to spread like crazy. And every single person that those 25,000 people now touch, let's say they each share it with 7 people only. Of course, I can't imagine that. If they're that excited, they're going to share with a lot more. They're going to share with everybody on their Facebook, everybody in their tweet, all their base. They're going to say, look who am I talking with today. I am playing real time with my hero. We're going to get so many people flocking to want to play that same thing, have that same experience. And every single one of those are going to be people that will be coming tied in perpetuity to that athlete who's got his fan base. It's incredible how much money can be made. Now, every single affiliate who signs up in this program, they're going to be able to do the exact same thing. The more affiliates you sign up, the more customers or players they share it with, and the more affiliates they sign up. So you have the same type of an opportunity now as an affiliate to be able to build an organization, an affiliate network that can bring you in perpetual income. Literally, every affiliate and every customer that is built from that affiliate base will be yours, connected to you in perpetuity. That's residual income for you. And what did we talk about? How long do these people stay? 9.7 years is the average retention. Do you want a piece of this? That's what this app is going to do. That's what this game is going to do. It feels like a game, not a spreadsheet. It's built by Interactive Sports and Mobile Rewards veterans, literally veterans, the best in the world. Mark Manji and his team have been the team that have taken the #1 apps to the top, #1 sports apps to the very top. EA Sports, NASCAR, and Madden Football, literally destroying the competition. Now, Mark Manji and his team are working full-time for United Games. Mark Manji is building this app right now as we speak. You cannot ask for better designers. You cannot ask for better team. You cannot ask for better odds. This app is going to be absolutely fabulous. It eliminates the fantasy sports negatives, like gambling and difficulty levels. It provides a strong social element, like live chats with friends during live events. It's a better way to play live with your team. That's what we're going to do for the app. It's fantastic. When we talk to athletes, when we talk to people in sports bars, we talk to people that are dealing with any type of sports, and they catch the vision of this, these people absolutely drop their jaws. They're coming unglued with the potential of money making here, but also the potential of sharing a very wholesome, family-oriented, social experience with live games, live sports, favorite teams, and heroes. It's going to be a phenomenon that's going to go around this world and through the entire sports world so fast. We literally anticipate multi-billion dollars coming in within the first year after formal launch. This is Mark Manji. I want you to see his picture. He's an absolute genius at app development in the sports world. He knows all of it. Mark Manji is working full-time with us. We've had him in live sessions, live meetings. We've had pictures taken with him. He's absolutely phenomenal. We are so fortunate to have him aboard. This app's made by the best. Why are we different? Real sports game versus gambling games. Loyalty to my team versus the NFL Live. Live game experience versus stat experience with virtual sports. All experience levels are played together. You can play at the beginner, intermediate, advanced, or professional levels, whatever you choose to be. So you are always playing within your comfort level. And when you're ready to go up to the next level, you can do that. Game by game experience. There's no algorithms required. You don't have to have statisticians working on your team to help you figure out how to get the answers to questions. You play the game, not just the players, and you have a social experience. Off to the left side of my screen here, it talks about the analyst play call. Here's just 3 examples of questions that might be asked. In fact, they might be asked before the game begins. How many interceptions will Denver have in the first half? You put an answer, how many you think there might be. 1 in this case. How many interceptions will Denver have in the entire game? 4. How many defensive fouls will Denver commit in the first half? Let's say 5. The more answers you get correct, the more points you accumulate. If you're playing along with a team of buddies or your family, or you have a party over at your house, or you go to the game and you're sitting in the bleachers and everybody in the bleachers are playing the same app, watch that happening someday. They're going to be downloading this app. The whole sports world, you mark my words, the whole sports world is going to know this app. And everybody's going to be answering questions like this all through the game. They get to a certain place in the live game, ding, a little thing comes up on the app, and it says, okay, you have 15 seconds to put your answer in. What do you think the coin toss is going to be? And you put your answer in. If you get it right, you accumulate points. They get to the basketball game, and they get to the free throw. Oh, there's a foul. It's on the shot. Okay, he's got 2 shots. How many shots is he going to make? 1 or 2? You answer within 10 seconds. If you get it right, you make points. If you don't get it right, you don't make points. Everybody wins points when they get the correct answer. That means everybody's winning. Some may get more correct answers than others. The bottom line is everybody's accumulating points. And those point accumulations add up to rewards and prizes and loyalty gifts. It's beautiful. We give people a great reason to want to be very engaged in the game from beginning to end. They're going to get fourth quarter live excitement in first quarter of the game, because every single step of the way they're going to be answering these questions and watching every single play, every move in the game, every player in the game, their favorite hero, their favorite teams, to find out what answers are going to get right or wrong, playing with their friends. It's not only going to make the game more beautiful and more fun for those who are already sports fans, avid sports fans, it's also going to draw more fans to the table, more fans to the screen, more people that normally have not been watching sports, but now they're going to do it because their buddies are doing it, and they're saying how fun this is. So it's going to draw more people to the table, more people watching NFL, more people watching basketball, more people watching soccer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That is why this app is going to be absolutely phenomenal. The best way to play sports anywhere in the world. Now look here. Let's just do a little summary. Fantasy versus the better way to play, or fantasy versus United Games. Fantasy on the left-hand side of here, it says we play multiple games across the sports. Multiple games across the sports all at one time. We play with a global base of players and users. They play the same stats every game. They play a very stat-heavy game. It's competitive position. You got to prove it. These jackpots keep getting bigger and bigger, and only the top 11% of players ever win. That means almost 90% never win. They always lose, and it's getting harder and harder to play all the time. On the other side of the coin, with United Games, the better way to play, you play a single game with the team you love. Play one game at a time, and when the game is over, it's over. You play by yourself or you play with your friends. You make it a social experience. You play with live people who really talk to you, who have faces, who have eyeballs in their heads, and they're looking at you. You're interacting together. It's not just a virtual game where you bury yourself in animation. You play by choosing the stats you want to play. You pick the stats you want. You're not forced to do stats. You pick them by answering simple questions coming up. It's game heavy, not stat involved. We've got some stats involved, but it's not stat heavy. It's a game heavy. So you're enjoying the game. You're enjoying the fun of the game. It's bringing us back to the real play and sportsmanship and involvement and engagement with the lives of real players, instead of always keeping us focused solely on stats. Social positioning. Do you want to play? Come play with me. Hey, come to my house. Let's have a party. Do you want to get together as an employee party? All your coworkers at work, we're going to take the time. The business puts on a play. Says, we are going to play United Games. We're going to watch the game together. We're going to go watch the Super Bowl together. Everybody bring your app. Bring your cell phone and make sure you've downloaded the United Games app. We're going to play this together. Whoever gets the highest set of points, correct answers, gets prizes at work. Can you see what can happen with this? You see this in the sports bar. Everybody who goes to sports bars watches sports. They bring the cell phone. They watch the app. They're using the app, and they're playing a live game, and they're working together there with live people. Look at parents. I'm a parent. I have watched children get so engrossed in the fantasy, in the virtual, in the animation, playing all by themselves or with somebody across the world they can't see. They bury themselves in an addiction, and they can't get out of it. And the game never ends. It goes on all night long. They blow off school sometimes. Sometimes they blow off their grades. They blow off their work, their job. That's what they're doing in addiction world. We want to get them out of that type of situation. Give them an alternative. Give them back into a real, live, real-world social environment with real people right up in their faces. Friends, family. Get parents. Can you believe this? What if you get your parents now playing an app on a cell phone with a live game in their living room with their children? Can you imagine how fun that would be? Oh, my gosh. Father gets to talk with his son again. His son now has a relationship with dad because they're playing something they both enjoy. The son is no longer buried in that virtual world. Now he's talking to his parents again. What if you have your friends come over? Have a party. Oh, my gosh. There's no end to how much good this can be doing in the world by having wholesome, family-oriented social interaction with real-life sports again. I love it. Absolutely love it. You're going to earn points and achievement rewards, and everyone's going to win. With fantasy, you put cash in and a small chance to win big. You have a very small chance to win big. People use algorithms to win. The top 1% take over 90% of the winnings, and there's legal issues. Too close to gambling. Some states are actually shutting it down because they're considering it too much gambling and illegal. But on the better way to play with United Games, you pay a small amount, or you play for free. Each game is unique. Algorithms don't win. You don't need them. Everybody wins in United Games. There are no legal issues with this model. Now, how does it work? You download the app and become a player. You choose a game to play. You play for free or you play with tokens. You buy tokens or get tokens for free with memberships. Or you get freemium tokens with ad clicks. That's how we're going to take a majority of the market with less than 2% paying customers. You play by yourself or you play with others. You earn points. You win prizes and rewards. That's how the app works. And it's going to spread like crazy. United Games, the average person will spend in their lifetime on typical things here about $8.50 for a movie ticket. They're going to spend $5 for a high school sporting event, $50 to $150 for a ticket to professional sporting events, $2.25 admission just for plus tokens in an arcade game, to go into Nickelcade or something like that. If you'll pay these types of things, don't you think they're going to pay $1.50 for a token? What if they watch 4 or 5 ads in a day and they win 4 or 5 tokens and they play with the tokens? You think people will do that? If they're willing to spend these basic entries just to go and attend these types of entertainment, do you think that they'll purchase tokens? You think they'll do ad clicks? You think they're going to pick up freemium play? You bet they will. Absolutely they will. This is going to be an absolute phenomenal moneymaker. Billions and billions of dollars annually going to come in from this. And you, as affiliates, get to be a part of it. Only affiliates will be able to make money from this. But every type of revenue brought into the company, you're going to make money from. 43% of it is going to go back to that affiliate field. You can play alone with your team, bring the game to life, and make the game experience that much better. It's fun. It's exciting. It's easy. Everybody wins. and the affiliates are going to win huge. We're going to be part of one of the biggest phenomena, the biggest major economic shifts in the gaming world. And we're going to be able to say, we were there before it even launched. We were there before the app was even out. United Games will be a place to meet global family, friends, fellow associates, anywhere in the world, at home, work, travel, or at sports events. Meet new friends and create a new social outlet with like-minded people. You see, people, sports bring people of all types together in a very unique way. Sports is literally one of the universal mediums of communication. It's something all around the world that people enjoy. And that's why United Games is going to go viral. It's not just U.S. games. It's going to go through sports all around the world. The App Store top 10. 67% of all apps downloaded come from people finding the app in the top 10 list in the App Store. We're going to get there through strategic buzz and well-timed pushes for downloads. We'll put us in the top 10. Leads are always distributed to affiliates. Any leads that United Games brings in because of the App Store are going to be distributed equally among the affiliates, especially among those who are really pushing and being active and actively involved, because they're the ones who are going to help the company grow. They're the ones who are going to make things be excited and pushing it around the world. But all the leads that come into the company are distributed among the affiliates. They are not going to just one person at the top, and that's beautiful. Now, here's the launch strategy. We're going to establish a foundation of affiliates via private invitation only. Right now, before we go live, before we're formally launched, we're only doing social sharing by requesting response in order to send out individual invites. We're going to talk to people one-on-one, and we're going to send them an invitation one-on-one. We're going to be very personal about it. We want to make sure that this affiliate growth is stable. We also want to make sure that we don't grow so fast that it goes out of control for us. That's why at this point we're just sending out invitations one person at a time. You might send out a broadcast list to all your people to notify them of what you're doing, but you cannot invite them to be an affiliate except one person at a time. In the fall, after we have formal launch, then we're going to have social sharing with affiliates number for mass enrollment. Then, you see, it's going to be in-app enrollment prompts. You got a player who's playing the app, and that player is going to get a little prompt come up after a while. Hey, as long as you're playing the game, would you like to make some money doing it? Would you like to be an affiliate, help share the app and make money? Why not? I have a son who plays in the gaming world, and he was just bringing an idea to me about 2 weeks ago, very similar to this. He says, you know, Dad, we got gamers out here in this whole world. There's probably 10 million of these gamers out there. He says, what if I could take to them this idea, introduce to these gamers and get them spreading it around, that they could make money while they're gaming. Right now they're spending, literally he's telling me they're spending $200, $300, $400, $500. Some of them are spending $800 to $1,000 a month playing the games that they're on. He says, would you like to make money gaming? No brainer. Hello. Yes. I said to him, Michael, by heavens, absolutely. Start talking to these people. It's a fantastic way to spread this app through the gaming world. And not only spread it to the gaming world, but you're going to give them a great blessing in their life to have an alternative to not just be spending their lives away in the game, but to be making money as affiliates. This is fantastic. All right. You're only going to be able to enroll someone with someone's number. That means you cannot enroll someone as affiliate unless they first receive your invitation that has your unique affiliate ID number. Then once they accept that invitation and they are now enrolled in the program, it will auto-populate or generate their unique affiliate ID number, and they will send out invitations to another person. That's the only way it can work. The top-ranking app in the App Store referrals are rotated to affiliates, as we said before, and consumer sharing with in-app benefits. That means players share the app, average of 7 times a person. When they like an app, they share it. That's the stats. So with that having been said, let's have the games begin. We're going to start making some powerful money here. Right now we're in preparation mode. We're in pre-launch. We will not be launching formally until the fall of 2016. But right now is the absolute best time to be preparing for that. Gathering your network, getting the word out, inviting people to become affiliates, and getting prepared for a beautiful, beautiful launch come fall. So with that having been said, I hope that's been clear enough. If you have any other questions, you're welcome to talk to the person who's invited you to become an affiliate, or they can talk with those who are more at the top. Amy and I are very happy to be as helpful as any way we can be with everyone. Thank you so much for attending this pre-recorded slideshow about United Games, the opportunity here as affiliates. I look forward to working with you. Congratulations for coming aboard, and we hope to see you at a fantastically profitable launch in the near future. Thanks, take care, and we'll talk to you later.